Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to the channel. Now, after the last video I put up about the Horizons expansion, I felt like I had to bring out another one, correcting a few of my mistakes and actually clearing up a few of my issues that a few things that I didn't kind of say clearly enough last time. Now, the first thing that I wanted to bring up was about the Cobra Mark IV. I said that once you pre-order, that would actually be gifted to you. I don't think I'm quite right about that. What it seems to be is that the Cobra Mark IV is a loyalty gift. For people that would actually come in to Elite Dangerous with only buying Horizons and not buying the original Season 1, so to speak, of Elite Dangerous, they will not actually have access to the Cobra Mark IV. Only those of us that have actually owned Season 1 and will own Season 2 technically, so the original and Horizons, will actually gain access to this. Not only that, but we have actually been given a little bit of information by David Braden and one of the senior design staff on the Twitch live stream that they had the other day about the Cobra Mark IV. According to them, the Cobra Mark IV is going to be a slightly chunkier craft. It's going to have better hardpoint placements, and it's going to have 5 hardpoints rather than the standard 4. So how those are going to be, I'm not sure. Although I would imagine personally that they're going to have possibly 3 on the bottom and then 1 either side of the cockpit. That's my idea. Possibly something that is similar to an ASP. But then again, as always, I am not sure. The next thing I wanted to cover is about the planetary landings themselves. And some people seem to feel a little bit cheated by the fact that when Horizons is actually released, we are only going to be able to touch down on rocky planets with no atmosphere. Come the release of Horizons in the holiday period around about December time, we will only be able to touch down on rocky planets without atmosphere, but that's only at that point. What's going to happen is, as we go on, Frontier are going to be unlocking more and more types of planets for us. The reason for this is because each different type of planet is going to take an absolutely amazing amount of work to do and to polish to get right and to have its own unique feel. The reason they're starting with rocky atmosphere-less planets is because those are going to have the least of an effect on the flight model of the ships that we're going to be flying down on. Because there's not going to be an atmosphere to get it to mess up the aerodynamics of the ship, so the aerodynamics don't make any difference there. And they're easiest to do at the moment, so that's why they are being the first. But we are going to be getting high metal content planets, maybe next, rocky planets with atmospheres, and moving on from there up to water worlds and up to Earth-like worlds. I'm not sure if we're ever going to be able to do anything with gas giants because I'm not quite sure how that would work. But what I do believe is going to be happening is, like I said, we're going to be getting, as time goes on, we're going to be getting more and more types of planets that we are going to be able to land on. Those will be free updates within this expansion cycle, which is the Horizons expansion cycle, so Season 2 pretty much. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the value of the Season Pass. I know a lot of people are thinking that this is a lot of money to throw down on a game at one time, and I can kind of understand that. In fact, I do understand it. It is a lot of money to put down at any one time. But the way I see it is that a lot of people are looking at this as just having all the different expansions. But that's not technically the case. It's actually the expansions plus the beta, so it's not actually the $39.99 packs that you'd be getting. It would be the $49.99 packs, all of those actually put together. So the value of it does actually increase when you put that into consideration. And not only that, but like I said before, it does cover the content for the next 10 years as well. Which brings me to another point somebody else was making, which was they're not sure how many people will be playing this game in 10 years. I can't really say, but I do hope that I will be playing this game in 10 years, and if Frontier do continue to develop this game and expand it in the way that they are doing, I can't see any reason why I wouldn't be, because I am completely hooked to this game and I love it. And I can imagine a lot of you guys are as well. This brings me on to the next point I wanted to quickly cover, which is a lot of people seeming to be unhappy, thinking that oh, we're having to buy the game again pretty much for the price that they are actually charging for the Horizons and all the subsequent actual expansions. First of all, I'll say I can see your point of view, I really can, but I'll actually just tell you how I think this is. The way I think of it is, normally I'd buy a game. Let's say I bought a game for my Xbox and it cost the same price. I'd play that game quite intensively for the first couple of weeks. Next couple of weeks I'd play it a little bit, after that I'd forget about it. It depends on the game really. But I wouldn't get anywhere near as much use out of the game as I would as I have out of Elite. And it's like the equivalent of buying one game every year, because I don't really play much else other than Elite, and to me that is really good value, and it is actually paying for all the updates and everything that you will be getting for that next year. The only other thing you have to pay for in Elite is ship skins, and that's really negligible amounts, well, arguably negligible. I think they're negligible anyway. But the flip side to this is, would you rather buy these optional updates once every year, or so, however often they're going to be released, or would you prefer to pay a subscription? Or let's look at the World of Warcraft model, both, where they charge you per month and then charge you for the expansions. To be perfectly honest, I think I'd rather do go with what Frontier are doing, and as I said, and as they have said, they were very honest about the fact that they were going to have paid expansions right from the very beginning. So again, it's really refreshing to have a games developer that are actually upfront about what they're going to be doing. And the fact that they didn't do what a lot of games developers have done and had day one DLC, I am fully behind Frontier in what they're actually doing with this game. I do agree with some of you that possibly it could possibly have been a little bit cheaper, but it's near as damn it as I'm happy to deal with right now. I really do like Frontier. I like the way Elite Dangerous is going, and I am going to be a loyal follower for a long time. The next quick point I wanted to get onto is the fact that last video I did say that the Orca will come into its own when we get water worlds where we can fly underwater and so on. I haven't got any links to this because I actually was told this by a friend of mine who I do trust in this matter. I've sent him a message asking him if he's actually got any information, written information on this. As soon as he gets back to me and lets me know yay or nay, I'll let you guys know. Now, the last thing that I wanted to cover here as well is something that was teased again on the live stream with David Braden and the head design chief. What it was they basically hinted that we are actually going to be getting a loot and crafting system introduced into the game at some point. We don't know whether this is actually going to be in the Horizon cycle or whether this is going to be in a later cycle. The way they talked about it, I would imagine it would be in the Horizon cycle, much like how we got Wings and Power Play in this particular cycle that we're in now. And again, one extra last little thing is, yes, in Horizons we are going to be able to be out of our ship and actually in the SRV, but we're not actually going to be able to walk around. Apparently, according to the developers, we are a little ways off of that yet. So what's going to be happening is we're most likely just going to transition straight from our cockpit into the SRV. But either way, I am really looking forward to Horizons and the future of Elite Dangerous. So anyway guys, that's it for this quick video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video and found it useful, please do hit that like button. It really does help my channel out. And if you haven't already, please do hit that big subscribe button. You will then get notifications of whenever I release new videos. And until next time, Commanders, keep flying and stay shiny.